So I am trying to be so prepared to do a Mary's Mini, and it's just proving not to be the case. I did get all my groceries and I kept track of what everything costs, and I'll try to figure out. The video of me recording what I actually got is very not professional, we'll say that. But I'll try to do a comparison video of what I got compared to the processed stuff that I had got to show you. I don't know, I just think it'd be cool to compare. So yes, I seriously put them in piles on the ground, but here is the $155 order. And here, get that bag over here. Here
I
is,
gave it to you to do pictures.
I think the $55 order. Oh, that order is $100 more. Jalapenos, onions, tomatillos, more onions, tomatoes, celery.
What?
The potatoes. I'm gonna use this
I already told you, Mama.
10-pound bag. So I got the food, and I was gonna try to record me making all the recipes and prepping and everything, but I don't know if that's gonna happen this go around. And I wanted to start this challenge yesterday, but that also didn't happen. And it's almost noon, and I'm gonna call this day one. Haven't ate yet, just had my shower and everything due to different reasons, getting my boys ready to mow and weed eat the lawn, and I'm about to eat my first meal, and I'll show you what I'm eating. I've had a cup and a half of coffee too, with sugar in it. I tried to only have 1 cup, but I've had a cup and a half so far. So this is what I made last night to be ready for today, and my poor broccoli burned, and it's nice and cold out of the fridge, so it looks real lovely, but the taste is pretty good. I think I'll record myself making it and put either the recipe in the description, or I'll link it back to my blog, depending on however I make it work. But I wasn't sure how it would turn out. It turned out to be pretty good. I don't really think my husband liked it too much, but that's okay. He's not big on the broccoli. But my youngest, she loved it more than I expected. My oldest liked it, and my boys thought it was pretty good too. So it's definitely doable for Mary's Mini. Alright, I warmed up what I think I'm hungry for. It might be about a cup of food. I'm not totally sure, but something around there. I got a little bit more. Girl, you gotta stay out of my food. The cat wants my food. I got some more, probably about the same that I did before. I really think it's probably about a cup. It's really important to remember that not everybody's serving size is going to be the same. And the purpose of this diet is to kind of reset your taste buds if you've been overindulging in maybe some richer foods, or you just need some simplicity to stick to a diet change. That's why it's a short reset diet. But my serving size is definitely going to be different from anybody else's. Why are my dogs playing right now? Girls. Okay. Girls. I am currently dealing with girls. I'm currently dealing with some issues with my gallbladder. At least that's what we believe it is. My doctor thinks I have another rare condition called biliary dyskinesia, which is not really detectable by tests. And the only way to really know if you have it is to get your gallbladder removed, so I'm in the process of making that decision. But my meals are fairly small most of the time. Don't have too much of an appetite a lot of times. Yeah. I'm so sorry about my dogs. I'm gonna say something else. And you don't want your food to be so good that you can't stop eating it too. You know, it needs to be somewhat boring so that you don't overeat on it. You just eat to fuel your body and get full, and not to stuff yourself. So I debated. On the Mary's Mini, 1 piece of fruit is allowed. And I think the reason they used to say no fruit is because people would overeat on it and it's higher in sugar. But I'm going to challenge myself to eat 1 piece of fruit each day, because unless I'm drinking Dr. Goldner's smoothies, I don't really think about eating fruit very often. I just don't. So I think I'm going to challenge myself to eat 1 piece of fruit each day. We'll see if I do. I ate those 2 bowls of the potato stuff, and I think I'm gonna make myself a little salad. I forgot to tell you what fruit I was gonna eat. I'm gonna eat a banana. And here's a cool fact for you. Early on in my healing journey, I was very allergic to bananas. The roof of my mouth would itch every time I'd eat it. So bad, it would last for weeks, and it would wake me up in the middle of the night. It was horrible. And also it'd make it kind of hard for me to breathe. But I can eat them now. I can't let them get, it's kind of funny. I can't eat them like this if they're too ripe, because then it's a little bit hard to breathe. Okay, don't judge me, okay? I'm just, yeah. You might say I shouldn't eat them at all, but I just, I've learned I can tolerate them to some degree now. If they're about like this, I'm fine. If they go much riper, I can't really eat them unless I freeze them and then use them in my smoothies. So that's just very interesting, but it's cool to know that my body has healed enough that I can eat a banana like this now. I made a salad. I'm calling it a burger salad because it's lettuce, tomato, onion, a little bit of ketchup and mustard just to add kind of like a dressing. I feel much too lazy to worry about any other kind of dressing. Some garlic salt, Benson's Table Tasty, and some black pepper. Another interesting thing is that I used to be very reactive to black pepper. If I had any of it in my food, I would get really bad blisters in my mouth, on my tongue, roof of my mouth. It just was so bad. And now I can tolerate small amounts of it. I don't eat much of it, but I do add it to my food every now and then. Did I say that there's pickles in the salad? I don't remember if I did, but there's pickles too. So I tell you that I don't usually have much of an appetite, and then I go on to eat the 2 bowls of the potato dish, that salad, and a banana, and a cup and a half of coffee so far. It's 12:41, and so I don't really know. I might still be hungry, but I think what's actually going on is what Dr. Joel Fuhrman refers to as toxic hunger. My brain is aware that there are gluten-free Oreos in my cabinet, and I know if I went and ate a couple of those that I would probably no longer feel hungry. But I think it's just my brain knowing that's there and wanting to go have that. But instead, I'm going to let my food settle because I think I'm probably full. I think if I eat much more in just a little while, I will feel stuffed. I'm just going to leave that meal at that and see how I am. I'm going to go get my mind and my hands busy. I'm going to go do some laundry and listen to something, and then reevaluate and see if I'm actually still hungry or if I am just wishing I could eat an Oreo right now. I'm going to head out and get my daughter from work. It'd be so cool if our car was working, but we have to wait till my husband starts working again to get it fixed. So it's a little inconvenient. I got to drive up not quite 15 miles to go get her, to drop her off at work and then pick her up when she's done. But we're making it work, and she loves her job. I'm gonna go get her. I did laundry, and what else did I do? I did laundry, and then I made my family basically that burger salad, but in theirs I added in some meaty steaks that are awesome, but I'm not eating any because I'm doing the Mary's Mini. But I added it to theirs. They can make a wrap or eat it just as a salad if they want. And I'm gonna go get my girl. Oh, and I'm gonna drink a glass of water while I go out there and back. My stomach didn't feel very well for a little while, but it's feeling okay now, and I'm not really feeling hungry, so I think I ate enough food earlier. Well, we are on an impromptu walk. Little girl is tired. She thought it was worth coming for a walk versus being away from us, so she's pulling through. It's Brandy's idea to walk, huh? But it's good for us. Got a basketball and volleyball camp coming up. Gotta be in shape for, huh?
Me?
You excited?
Yeah.
Brandy, thank you for asking to go on a walk. That was nice. Yep. And Ellie, thanks for going. You were tired, but you hung in there, huh? We even did a tuck test to see if you wanted to come. We tucked you into the couch to see if you were comfy enough to stay home when you still wanted to come, huh? We ended up going almost a mile and a half. Just over 30 minutes.
Awesome.
Cool. We can go cool off now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me going to bed.
I'm going to eat again. It's 4:20. Here's my meal. It's just the same thing again. I'm gonna add some of this to it this time, just to make it a little bit different. It's nighttime of day 1, and I'm currently sauteing some mushrooms and onions. I seasoned them with some garlic salt and some pepper. I'm drawing a blank. I don't even... Oh, I did garlic powder too. And then I'm gonna put some liquid aminos in it just while they cook. It's mushrooms and onions. I don't know if I said that. I'm so tired. It is 10:10. I just got done working, and I'm waiting on my husband and kids to get home. It's July 3rd, so they're probably watching fireworks. Here are the mushrooms and onions, and this is what I will be, just like a little splash. So usually when I try to cook potatoes without oil, I sit there and I mess with them constantly, and they just fall to pieces. So I decided, I thought it was cool, the back of the bag had directions for water sauteing. I just get frustrated because it, does that. But some of that's gonna come off. So go me, I actually followed the directions, and let's see. Whoa. Okay. So I seasoned them. That's my peppers and onions that I made. Not too bad. I'm gonna eat it with some barbecue sauce on it. I found that this one is pretty good. And it's 10 calories and 2 tablespoons.
Let's see a happy dog.
One lap and she's telling me she's done. She's afraid of these fireworks. You're fine. Go run. Go play. Piper, come on. It's okay. You're fine. Come on. Let's go play. Piper, come on. Let's go play. You're okay. Aw, she doesn't like the fireworks. It's okay. Let's go play. Come on. Piper. Piper, come on. Piper. Hey, come on. Come on. She's like, no. Let's go home. Come on, baby. Come on. It's the 4th of July, and I did take this into consideration before starting this challenge, and decided to go for it. My father-in-law is going to grill up some plant-based burgers for my family, and I'm just going to, right now, I'm going to finish the potato and mushroom stuff that I made earlier with the barbecue sauce. I'm just going to finish that, and then cook some potatoes and mushrooms in my Instant Pot. And I also still have some of that, like, hash brown casserole stuff I made left over, so I can eat that too. But I'm going to make sure I get nice and full so that I'm not tempted whenever I go over when they're eating burgers. Got everything washed and peeled the potatoes, and I'm going to put this in there with it. It says to do 1 cup of water to 2 teaspoons of broth, but I did 3 because I really like flavor. And I've never done this before, so we're going to find out together if it works.
That hasn't been too long.
I was worried that might not be enough liquid, but it turned out to be just fine. And everything cooked. I'm going to fill this up and take it over. Everyone's already up. My mother-in-law's eating. Thing. I don't know why you're laughing.
My phone. It's in the pocket. I have to make a picture. Run somewhere.
It looks like she has a wig on.
Run.
It's day 3 of the Mary's Mini. I just had to check the time. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I'm having my first meal. I had my coffee, and I'm kind of accidentally intermittent fasting during this challenge. Just eating whenever I'm hungry. It's not exactly intermittent fasting because I have sugar in my coffee, but yeah, this is just how life is right now. I just have to start off by saying last night's supper was so good. I had never cooked mushrooms in the Instant Pot like that and made like a one pot thing with the kale and everything, but it turned out really good. I actually enjoyed it better than if I would have eaten one of the plant-based patties off the grill. It was just the potatoes, mushroom, and kale. And then I made a salad out of the lettuce, tomato, and onion, and then I put some dill pickle relish, and I don't really know what was in the relish, but I didn't need enough of it to worry too much about it. And then some salt and pepper on it, and it was so good. And I made 2 of them. I have a little bit of footage, but it was dark in the house, but you might be able to see. This is the potatoes, mushrooms, onions, and kale that I made in my Instant Pot. Yes, it's repetitive. No, it's not pretty. Ellie says hi. But it's kind of the point. And while it is repetitive, there's also some variety because today I'm having barbecue sauce and mustard on it. So it's a little bit different than last night. My fruit for today. Ellie painted my nails. I have a different color on just about every nail. Almost the same thing. This time spinach instead of kale. And I added some smoked paprika. And there's no mushrooms in this one. Other than that, it's the same. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Girls, what's your weakness? Oreos. Anyways, while that cooks in the Instant Pot, I'm going to eat that same thing again. The potatoes, mushrooms, and kale and onion. And just for reference on that plate, it's one fairly good sized potato. I'm kind of running out of the kale that's in there. I don't know what other veggies I have left. You see that? They're way up there where I can't reach them. I still haven't touched them though. And it's 1:40 in the afternoon. I'm going to eat for the first time. I was going to eat earlier and then my mom stopped by. It's day 5 of Mary's Mini and it's 11:45 and I'm about to eat my first meal. So far it's just water, but I'm going to add this in to make a broth. I'd like to add this in, but it's got a very small amount of oil in it, so for the sake of the challenge, I'll leave it out. If you get this, but organic, I believe it's oil-free. Okay, I just added the broth stuff until it tasted good, and then added the spinach and potato stuff, and I'm going to microwave it now and eat it. So yesterday I just ate... Okay.
Hi, guys.
Yesterday I just ate the potatoes and spinach until I was full. And my mom did make a dip over at her house, and I ate just a little bit of that.
This is my dad. Isn't he adorable?
So, here's day 5. We're going to have your birthday party today.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised, but it's a bummer how long it takes wheat to work its way out of my system. I really don't feel well today. I woke up with all the symptoms of being glutened, and it's just taken time, and it's no fun. Like, I just wake up and I feel like I have a hangover. Elijah, and my head hurts today. Not like terrible, but how it feels when I eat wheat. And it's been, I'd have to look, but it's been at least a week probably since I've had it. And my stomach, I've actually made it better once before, so it's going to take time. But it's the worst in the mornings. When I wake up, the way I describe it is if you went and tripped on the sidewalk and skinned your knee up and then poured alcohol over that scrape is what I explain my stomach feeling like. It's horrible. But I think I'm going to be able to eat all this soup. The reason I thought about doing this was because my youngest wasn't feeling great yesterday and she loves broth, and so I made the same broth with the potato and spinach in it for her, and she was talking about how good it was, so I thought I'd have that today.
I don't know what's in the cake, but it's so cute. It's so cute. So cool.
What?
What the world is that?
That is what you're gonna look like. Look.
Before, look, that's what it's gonna look like on you. That's what's gonna. Wait, what? That's actually aliens.
Yeah. The birthday party was a lot of fun, and I will say that I did eat one small piece of cake. My mother-in-law goes through a lot of effort to make a gluten-free cake that I can also enjoy, and so I did eat a small piece of that. I look at it as if birthdays are a seldom celebration, and I know that I'm not going to go binge on that cake. My past self might have, but I know right now that I don't have that problem. So I let myself have a piece of cake and enjoyed it. It was absolutely delicious. She makes really good gluten-free cakes, and my daughter loved it. My husband decorated Stitch on it, and it was adorable. But now I'm going to have supper. I'm sitting outside because my kids are watching a show inside and it's a little bit noisy, so I decided to come sit out here. So it's a little bit dark, but this probably looks familiar. It's the same potatoes and spinach, and then I made the same type of salad. Actually, my son, prepared the lettuce, onion, and tomato, and I very much appreciate that. And he got that all ready to go. So I've got banana peppers and pickles on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. So just thinking about eating that piece of cake, even though I'm doing a 10-day Mary's Mini and it's day 5 and I had that piece of cake, just a couple of thoughts on that. I've learned that when I'm doing a challenge, I can't do it all or nothing, because things just become 10 times more tempting if I'm telling myself I cannot have it. So I know that I'm doing a challenge. I'm doing it, as a reset. Honestly, I haven't had any motivation to really cook meals lately, and so this is working out wonderfully. And of course my kids are eating some other things too, but for myself it's just nice because it's basic. But going back to thinking about eating that piece of cake, there's been points in my healing journey where it would have been a better choice to not eat it, because whenever your diet is a lot worse, so say you're eating a lot of processed stuff and things that are really making your body mad, and for me that's a lot of different things, but say I'm eating a lot of those things and it's causing inflammation in my joints, and I'm having all the symptoms of, there's a mosquito, I'm having all the symptoms of the different chronic conditions that I have. It would have been a bad thing for me to eat that cake, because my body is working hard to fight all that inflammation, and adding that cake would have just added to the burden that my body's already trying to handle. But since I am eating a lot cleaner and I'm not eating all those inflammatory foods, my body's not having to process all that stuff, and I'm not causing inflammation and swelling in my joints, eating that piece of cake isn't going to make that big of a difference, because I'm only eating a small piece and my body can handle it. It's not already overworked by all the other stuff that I'm putting into it. So it really depends on where you're at in your journey, I think. Some people, they just are able to go fully commit and never eat that kind of thing again, but I'm just not, unless I have to, I'm just not in that place. If it's a birthday and it's a safe cake for me to eat, then I'm probably going to enjoy a piece as long as I feel like my body can handle it. But that's just my thoughts on that. Love you. Bye-bye. It's day 6 of the challenge, and my daughter's currently trying to haul her stuff. Can't see her, but my daughter's currently trying to haul all of her stuff to her Grammys. She's got a craft project she's making for her brothers, but it's quite entertaining watching her. Day 6 of the challenge, I have my yearly checkup with my heart doctor, and I hope I don't regret not eating and not bringing anything with me, because we just have to go, and I absolutely don't feel like eating anything right now. But if I do get desperate, I can stop by, what's it called? I stop by Wendy's and get a baked potato or something, which doesn't sound good at all because I don't really like baked potatoes, but whatever you gotta do. So, or I'll just wait and eat when I get home, or I could maybe get some fruit at the store. We'll see. Anyway, I got an hour drive there, the appointment, hour drive back, so we will see how this goes.
Want some pickles?
My cat wants center stage right now. I'm having a hard time looking into my lens on this phone for some reason, and I'm noticing the sound quality isn't as good as my old phone. But I made it back from the cardiologist appointment. Took a little longer because we got done right as my daughter's pediatrician's office closed for lunch. So we had to wait around for a little over an hour to go get her physical so she can go to camp. Anyway, we stopped at Sonic and I got that drink. It's really good, but I'm curious if anybody knows, does Sonic's real strawberries, do they have sugar added to it, or is it just strawberries? Because other than that, if there's sugar added to it, then it's not Mary's Mini compliant, but sure beats the heck out of a pop or eating any fried food from there. Anyway, that's what I had, and then I just got home and warmed up the potatoes and spinach with the potatoes again in the broth, and surprisingly I'm still enjoying it. This Mary's Mini has been much easier than ones in the past. Sometimes it's hard to even get a few days in before I am really struggling, but I just decided to make it as easy and basic as possible, and so far it's working. I don't really know, I think my cardiologist appointment went well, but like the EKG was normal, you know, everything is fine, but my pulse is getting really high, like between 130 and 160. And so he's concerned that if it continues, I may pass out eventually when it happens. So he wants me to go ahead and start a beta blocker. And I have very mixed feelings about it. I really don't want to. I may talk to my primary care provider and get his thoughts on it. And because of that, instead of going back in a year, I'll go back in 3 months. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of being on a beta blocker. But I also know I have PVCs, which is heartbeats, it's extra heartbeats that don't actually, I need to read it again, but you have your heartbeats, you know, that pump blood, and they are actual functioning heartbeats. The PVCs, they don't actually do anything except, you know, for me, my pulse gets really high. My cat is making this very interesting. Olive, she missed me. She loves me. She missed me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. Who's that?
Help!
You guys run home from Grammy's? Did you make this for your brother?
Yeah, he made the stand.
Oh, that's super cool.
I made Pierce one too.
Yeah, that's really cool. Felix is coming to say hi too. Hi, babies. She's the coolest cat. She's like a dog in a cat body. She's so cute. We love you, Felix. Alright, it's day 6 and it's time to go to work. I honestly really want something to snack on or something sweet. You know, just something. But I don't really want any more potatoes. I don't want a salad. I don't want like food. I want a snack. And so I'm not hungry or anything, so you know, I don't need anything. It's just a want, not a need. But at work sometimes there are bowls of candy and I don't usually touch them, but knowing that I'm wanting something to snack on, I want to be prepared. And so I went ahead and grabbed one of these. I read the ingredients and there is some amount of blueberry juice in it, which would be some amount of sugar. But actually it says 0 grams of sugar, so there's such little amount that they don't even have to count it. And it's 10 calories. And I don't think it's gonna bust this whole Mary's Mini. And so I'm gonna go ahead and drink it in order to keep from getting a piece of candy out of the candy bowl. Because I can say no and not eat any of them. But if I give in and I eat one, it's game over. I will eat at least 3 pieces. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna drink that drink. Just thought I'd share. See what I'm saying? Candy everywhere. But thank goodness it's not chocolate, right? Because it would probably be game over if it was. Okay, done with work. Sitting in my van, I shut it off, but it makes this weird like click, 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 click sound. I don't know why it does it. Need to get it like that, but yeah. So I'm still wanting something that is not Mary's Mini compliant. You know, just day 6 and feeling it. And I'm gonna go inside and eat another bowl of that soup. Same thing, but it's nice because it's kind of salty tasting from the broth, and so I'm just gonna go eat it till I'm full and hope this desire to eat something sweet or crunchy or not on plan goes away. It's day 7, and first off I'm gonna start out by telling you that last night I did end up caving a little bit, and my mom had made like a Rice Krispie treat, like a peanut butter Rice Krispie treat type of snack, and it had been sitting on my stove for quite a while. And I did eat a small square of that. Darn it, but you know. But the good news, I woke up this morning and decided to weigh myself, and I've actually lost 3 pounds, exactly 3 pounds. I was quite surprised. I wasn't expecting that at all. But it's about 10:30 on day 7, and I am hungry a lot earlier today, and so I'm about to eat the very last of the potatoes that I have cooked up with the rest of the mushroom and onion that I had cooked with a salad. And then I'm trying to dream up something really tasty but still compliant to keep me going through these last 3 days of the challenge. Let me show you what I'm eating. So the potatoes with lots of seasoning, onion, mushroom, the salad. I put some nutritional yeast on there, and then a little barbecue sauce. Okay, what I decided to do, I've got an entire 2-pound bag of baby carrots in the bottom of this. And then, I have no idea how many potatoes, 8 to 10 maybe. And then a whole celery bunch, stock, whatever you call it, you know, like a whole thing that you get at the store. One of those, and then I just put in this broth. It's from Kroger. I don't believe it has any oil in it. I'm probably going to add some more seasoning, hopefully chop up an onion and put it in there. But I'm in a hurry to get that going because I've got a Zoom meeting for our Starch Solution certification group, because I took that and I got that certificate, and we're having a monthly Zoom call today with Jeff Novick, and I really don't want to miss it because I haven't been able to hop on in a while, so I'm trying to get that going. This is what it looks like going in, and I'll just do manual for 10 minutes again, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. Alright, here's the food. I took one potato out to give my daughter for lunch, and no, it doesn't look the prettiest, but I thought I'd show you what it looks like once it's cooked down. The potatoes are nice and tender. So I will figure out what I'm going to do with this. I have some ideas, but I just got off the meeting for the Starch Solution certification people, and got a message that my husband and my kiddo are headed home for lunch. They've been mowing yards and stuff. I'm sure they're going to eat some of that, and I hope that I can still make the things I was planning on because I don't have anything else ready. So I'm going to make something up for them, and then I'm going to get on another meeting, like a mastermind group that I'm in. So it's just kind of busy. Alright, I broiled them, turning them over as they browned. They're quite soft, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to stuff them. I have them all in my dish, and I'm just going to set the lid on it to let them steam a little bit. We're going to get up with the lid. Hold on. Okay, put the lid on it, let them steam. I kept the jalapeno in the toaster oven to broil longer because it didn't start to blister really yet. Getting this ready for the sauce I'm going to put on. I tried a raw tomatillo, and it does not taste anything like I thought it would. It's actually really good. My tomatoes are starting to split and my onions are starting to float apart, so I shut the water off, and I'm going to add in, this is where it becomes an experiment. I'm going to add in 2 of these. They've been sitting out, but they're still frozen. But they're the 12-ounce bag of cauliflower, and cauliflower is the only ingredient. But I'm going to pour that in while the water's still hot. And I gotta let this stuff cool anyway so that I can put it in the blender. So I figured I'll just do this to kind of, you know, soften this cauliflower up. And then I'm gonna put the lid on. And I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit. All right, I got all of the skins peeled off the peppers. Definitely wear gloves. My poor dogs were coughing a little bit because of the oils off the peppers, so just be careful. But they smell so good. I just took the lid off the pot and it smells so good. I got all of the peppers, poblano, Anaheim, and jalapeno peppers peeled. This is turning into something completely different than I originally planned. I have the peppers and then I'm layering on these potatoes. And then the sauce I made is not at all like I was going for. Another layer with the potatoes and the seasoning and pouring on the rest of the sauce. Okay, that's what it looks like. I guess we'll put it in the oven and bake it. My lighting is terrible, but here's the finished dish. I cooked it about 375 for maybe 30-45 minutes. I don't really know. I just let it keep cooking, but I'm gonna let it cool for a while before I cut into it. Okay, my son is ready to eat, so I went ahead and dished him up some food, and I'm just really hoping it's going to be good. I guess we shall find out.
Oh my gosh.
I think she made me give. How do you say that? She's laughing at me. Okay. She made me give her my pepper. Is it good?
So good.
Yeah?
Especially the pepper makes it super good.
I'm going to say it again because I look funny in the camera. You like it? She made me give her my pepper. I can't say it. She made me give her my pepper. You like it, huh? Pierce, what do you think?
It's good.
It's good. Brandon,
Yeah,
did you try it yet?
Look,
I don't think
I'm
you
just
tried it yet.
eating all the peppers.
It's not bad. Turned out much better than I thought it was going to. Uh-oh. Okay, so you're supposed to say, she made me give her my pepper. Ready to go.
She made me give her my pepper.
See, we knew you were going to say it right the first time. We were all very tripped up over it.
I can do it with a book drawing
I wasn't even going.
that whole thing when I was baking it and
Yeah,
everything.
I think I wasn't, but now I am, now that I swung my phone around in circles. Should we say it one more time? She made me give her my pepper. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Can you say it? An empty pan says it all. It turned out to be a really good meal. I even had to make extra food for some of my kids because they were still hungry. Hey.
I
I hope his arm isn't hurting. It's 1:30 on day 7, and I almost forgot to record what I'm eating. It's the potato, carrot, onion, celery mix that I cooked up in my Instant Pot yesterday. And then I made up a little broth to go with it. So that's what I'm eating. Cooking all that up together has really made this just pretty easy to do. I can, kind of change it up however I want, whatever mood I'm in. This morning my son had a pitching camp to go to, and so that's where we were out of town. I didn't take anything with me, but we had to stop and get snacks for my kids to go to camp here pretty soon. And so I got bananas, oranges, and apples for everybody to snack on, and I ate a banana, an orange, and some apple slices. That's where I'm at so far, and I did drink my coffee this morning. It is 4:20 almost on the 9th day. Is that what I decided, Ellie? The 9th day of this Mary's Mini. Yesterday I said it was day 7, but I was mistaken. Yesterday was day 8, today's day 9. Hey, sister.
looks good.
That does look good. You want to show it? Okay.
I love my
Oh,
asparagus. I love my asparagus. I ate basically all of it. I only have one more.
Okay, so the kids are eating some potatoes, carrots, and asparagus that I roasted. It didn't roast really very well, but then they asked me to put it with some broth, and so that's what I did. And I've been eating that a lot this past week, but they haven't really had it, so, but they've been seeing me eat it, and I guess they just wanted it. I'm so tired. It is a stressful day. I worked this morning, and it just got really, really, really busy, and it's now, like I said, 4:20, and I'm just now eating for the first time. I'm running on adrenaline. So day 9, finally eating. Just finishing the potatoes that were in the Instant Pot that I had cooked previously. I have a ton of carrots in my bowl because there's a lot of carrots in there, but I'm just gonna finish that off. And then I had a lot of carrots still left in the Instant Pot after finishing all the potatoes, and so I just did another experiment and dumped a bunch of stuff in there, and I'll show it to you when I go to eat it. But it's day 9 and I am stressed out and tired. It's just life though. Hi Ray, are you hot? I'm trying to stretch out and cool off. She wants to lay with me, but she's getting too hot.
Yeah.
So she's like trying to spread out at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, cute. Okay, Ivy, I need to eat. I don't want to move my hand.
She just lays on me all the time.
I don't want to move my hand because she's being so cute. Why is my face so shiny?
Like my nose is shiny. Is it that shiny in person?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why is my nose shiny, girl?
No.
Maybe it's my lotion.
Good, Ivy. She's licking my hand. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. My lotion.
No, it's mine. We tried putting Ivory down here, didn't we? But she just always comes back up here. Brace yourself because this food is ugly. I took what was left from the potatoes and carrots that I made, and I got my Misfits Market box in, and so I washed up the mushrooms that I got and added them because that was honestly such an easy way to cook them last time. And then I added in this bag, mainly because it had peppers and onions in it and potatoes. It ran out of all of the potatoes that I bought, like just the raw potatoes, and I'm using up what I have left. Hi. Look how ugly this food is. I don't even remember if I showed. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's got the hash browns. I can't remember the spoon. It's got the hash browns, carrots, mushrooms, and the celery that's left. But you know what? He does this to me all the time. All I didn't know is that I'm embarrassed to talk to my phone when anybody else is in here. You better at least just come over here with me. Do your kids jump and try to touch the door frame? You're not trying anymore. You are touching it every stinking time. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hear that sound all day long. And these still look bad. I got bug bites at Ellen's birthday party. They burn. But I know, it's just not very pretty, but I don't really know what to tell you. So you're never going to believe it, but it tastes just like potato soup. Just the consistency's a little bit different. I was hoping I had more of the potatoes O'Brien because they're cut more into cubes. It probably would have been the same thing though. But since they're hash browns, you know, they just kind of get really cooked in the Instant Pot because of the pressure. But I didn't really want to do anything else. I just don't want to put any effort into making food, you know? Just here lately. I go in spurts like that though. At this point, I am just trying to make something to fuel my body, and that worked good enough. So I'm just sitting outside to eat it. We have a swimming party here pretty soon for my kids at school that we're gonna go to. So go hang out with the kids, do that. I'm hitting a point where I want something different. So, like, I'm kind of still hungry. I'm not starving, but I'm kind of still hungry. But I don't want to eat any more potatoes. And I don't want a salad. So I'm just going to eat a banana. I was gonna try to eat a fruit each day of this challenge, and for the most part I have, but there was a few days I think I didn't. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat a banana. It's day 10, and it's kind of a crazy day. My brother needs me to be his driver. He has an appointment, so I've got to drive a few hours to get to him, and then we got to drive, I think it's at least an hour to his appointment. Then of course back to his house and then back home. So I've got at least 8 hours driving today, and until 11 o'clock last night I thought that the appointment was canceled, and then he let me know that it was still on. So I didn't prepare all that well as far as food goes, but I made some mashed potatoes this morning and put them in a little thermos, so I'll have that. But if he wants to eat Taco Bell, I'm probably going to get some hard shell bean tacos. So we'll see how that goes, though. Yeah, I need to go. I gotta pick up my nieces and nephew and take them back to my brother, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, day 5 of Mary's Mini, and day 7. I don't think you can see any change, but day 9 anyway. I do this every time. Potato. About fun. I don't really know if you'll see much of a difference. So by the end, I want to start working out and getting rid of my mom pooch or whatever they call it. Yeah. I'm really excited to start Project 50 after this.